back. I'm Laquanda.
And I'm Tiera.
And we're your entrepreneur besties. All right, T.
Let's get into this.
Yes, this is actually, I love this topic. And today we want to talk about entrepreneurship. And it also can go into being like a creator. Like, what was your first brand deal? So we want to talk about, what was your first sale?
I would say my first sale was a family member. Honestly, it was my husband.
Yeah.
Actually, because when you birthing a baby and like those who are closest to you, they tend to be like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to support you," or like send me your link or send me your information type of thing. Whereas for him, obviously, with him being that close, he already knew everything and he just instantly went and purchased. So yeah, that was my first.
Was it unexpected for you, or you just knew he was going to purchase?
I mean, I felt like he would support, and definitely he supported in back end stuff. But I figured he would support, but I didn't think it would be like right
that soon.
Away. Yeah,
I have the same story. Not my husband. But so basically, mine was somebody who was close to me, and it was shocking that that person, somebody I dated long term.
Oh.
And it was so shocking that that person did do it because I wasn't expecting. Like, this time coming around, I wasn't even looking for family. I wasn't looking for friends. I wasn't looking for nobody to really buy anything. I was looking for, like, a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got that sale, I was like, oh, thank you. But it was appreciated. But that person always did show up for me, but it was like in different ways. Yeah. So when it came to clothing, I was like,
what you gonna buy?
Yeah. So I didn't even try to like you gonna buy something? I was like, I didn't expect. Yeah. So I want to talk about my real first sale. I still count that person, but my real first sale, I did a pop-up shop. Oh. I had to really go back. So when we were talking about this topic, I was
now that you got me thinking,
what was my first sale? My first sale, I had multiple sales, but and I was on such a high. But it was a pop-up shop. I did it in. I don't know if I should give my location like that, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna edit it out. It was at a pop-up shop, a local pop-up shop I did, and I was so focused on my booth. I thought my booth was cringy. I wasn't ready, but
that's the hard part because you feel like you gotta have all this stuff you're comparing. Mm-hmm. Comparison is the thief of joy, but you was comparing yourself like, oh, what do they booth look like?
Yeah,
what your booth look like? Because
it's so different. The pop-up shops are different.
They be going all out. Depending on where you at, though.
It's so different. Depends now. On where you at. It's like a storefront. Like,
yeah, they have shelves and all this stuff, but it's like also you have to sit with where you at. Mm-hmm. Like, especially when you're newer. I remember my first pop-up shop.
Was it at Think Day?
Yeah.
That was so beautiful.
Pop-up shop. Like, what? Me and her both was so
Y'all
scared.
Had such great booths.
Like, I was so scared.
I was impressed. I was like, their marketing, because at that point, I've done so many. And I was like, their marketing looked great. I was like,
the business was very new.
Yeah, I really thought
it was very new. Like, I was, 2-3 months in.
I really thought y'all been doing it for a long time. So that's why I really gravitated to y'all.
And that's where, like, the energy was off for us, because we were just,
nervous.
Exactly. We didn't know what we was getting ourselves into. It was like, okay, we gonna do this. We got each other. But in the same token, it started really setting in. Like, we about to do a pop-up shop. All these people gonna be here. We don't know nobody. You just don't know. It's the uneasiness of being new and a new business owner in a new space.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was our first time.
It was nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think I made 2 sales that day. But after my first sale, I made multiple sales, and it was definitely a bunch of like friends and family, people who were like just wanting to support. And I honestly, if we can get into like the next topic after first sale, is really like, okay, now how am I going to continue to make sales? Because it's like, okay, family supported me off of support, just off of generosity. Like, let me show up and just show face for her business. But honestly, I'm not really interested. And that's where it kind of like, sometimes you will like go back and like be harsh on yourself or like feel like you failed, because it's like now after that high of your first sales or people wanting to really just support you, how do I continue to make sales, or how can I get people interested in my brand or interested in my baby?
Yeah,
that I'm so passionate about.
the key. That's why when someone who don't know you purchase, it's just like it's like a validation. I'm doing something right. Because as an entrepreneur, like especially when you're new in the game, you just throwing things out there.
Out
You
there.
have
Yeah, well, you don't
ideas.
know what's gonna stick, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's like, but what do my people who I want to continuously buy from me, what do they want?
It takes time, and for me, I definitely think it takes time. It takes more than a year because, like you said, sometimes you don't have sales back to back. If you
No,
do, that's
you could go spurts of times where you're
yeah,
not getting no sales, and then that's when you feel like your business is a failure, and that's when you don't want to show up for the business
yep,
because you're like, this shit ain't making me no money.
right. It's like what am I doing? Like
Why am I showing up for
yeah,
something that's not making any money? And that's what people need to see. That's why I wanted to have this conversation because that's what people need to know. Like, what does running a business entail? What does it look like? Are you continuously making sales every day? Like, what is happening in the background to get those sales? Like, so what were some things that like you incorporated to help you with getting sales?
okay, that's a good question. Okay, initially going in, I thought my sales was gonna be website based.
Same.
So I prep for
That's
website.
all I did.
I plan for a website, but that's in my case. I need to be outside. I need to do pop up shops.
Because it's new.
Yeah.
Like, how do people know about your baby if you ain't out there screaming it and saying, hey, come look it, come check this out, right?
And not only that, I was doing pop up shops by myself, y'all. Believe it or not. The first one I did.
I believe it.
I did, y'all.
We met you alone.
I didn't care. Like
she approached me. I'm like, girl, I don't know what to say to you because I'm new.
Yeah,
I was scared.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't. Y'all presented so well, so I thought y'all was a vet in the game. I really did.
Ain't know a thing. I just knew I needed to be outside.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what was that gonna entail. But I just knew I just had to bite the bullet and do it. That's one thing I'm like good at doing. Just doing things. Like I just impulsively do it, and I'll think about all the other stuff later or when it comes. Like when it comes, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna be scared, but I'm gonna do it, and you ain't gonna know.
Exactly.
But I know.
That's the hustler mentality in you. You don't mind to get uncomfortable. Yeah.
Like if that means I'm gonna grow or I'm gonna get something or I'm gonna be closer to where I want to be, then I'm gonna do it. But it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna go through all the motions, but I'm gonna do it every time.
So I want to ask you that question. What did you do to get your new sales?
Like you said, got uncomfortable. Like talk to people, promote. I did do some ads, and I also did work with a company to promote my page more. To like bring people into my page, to bring followers to my page. Yeah.
Take me on that. How does that work? You work with a different company to promote your business company?
Yeah. So a company, a marketing company that do social media promotions.
Okay.
So like you can hire a company to help and they get to help you figure out like who is your target audience, how to bring people to your page to even just take a look. Because that not necessarily that are you going to make a sale, but just bringing more people, more what do they call it, traffic. How to get more traffic to my page.
Okay.
And then know that traffic can lead to a follow. Not everybody follow, but I did get a lot more followers. I have more followers on my page as a brand new business than most who's been doing it for years. So that helped get more of an audience to my page. But and then just getting more people to my page then help with more sales than not having people on my page, if that makes sense.
So I did that too, but I knew marketing was very important, and I just like I said before, I knew the retail industry is changing. Like in my mind, I'm thinking I'm competing with all these big retailers. So I was like, well, how do I stand out? So I did work with a marketing person too as well. But I didn't know which way. It was two different ways I could have go. I could have that person rebuild, audit my website, or they can teach me marketing tips. So I chose the marketing tips because I just felt like that was more valuable.
I feel like that's where I needed to learn. I just let them do it. But I have learned
Okay.
through trial and error
Okay.
too, and being in the game. What 3 years? This is like my 3 year anniversary this year. But I have learned through trial
To another episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that. Another thing I want to talk about is when you said that you never knew what to accommodate to your um, visitors or customers. One trick that I did was I looked at my Shopify data. So whatever,
because you learn marketing.
so whatever people was clicking on, that's what I promoted on social media. So that's
a tip.
That's what I did in the beginning stages. So yeah. So let's move on and let's talk about some tech. Have you brought any new tech this week or recently? Are you using new tech for your content or for your business?
Yes, so I bought a self monitor because I know a lot of people, and I'm sure y'all can resonate with this, about like feeling like you're not in frame or you look stupid or you had a booger in your nose, like something. Like seriously, I've had all of this happen to me, but just through trial and error or editing. But now there's so many different technologies and things that you can use, and as a growing business owner, creator, entrepreneur, content creator, you have to have the stuff so that it can make your life easier. So now they have monitors where you can attach it to your phone and you can have it to where you can see yourself. You can edit, you can take your pictures, you can do all the things with seeing yourself. And it also saves time because now you know what's your angle. Now you know you're in frame, so you could just get the job done one take versus multiple.
Like Tiera, I also brought the same thing, and it has been helpful with time. It make life a little bit more efficient when creating content. But however, one thing I did notice is delayed,
glitchy. So it's new. With new technology, you have those things, those kinks that they gotta work through. Just like when the new first phones was dropping.
Okay, definitely is new, but however, the girls, the people, because I was low key mad, y'all.
Pay my money.
No, it's not even that. I was influenced by social media.
Content creators, other content creators, they were selling it.
They
were selling it. Like, I bought it.
But why don't you speak on that? That's all they was talking about. If you're a content creator, you need this.
Okay, so think about this. But is why sometimes content creators get bad reps because they're promoting and selling things and thinking about their check, not thinking about like what's gonna happen to the people who actually go and buy it.
I was low key disappointed because I said, "Oh, I'm gonna be fast. It's gonna be easy for me," and I'm sitting there trying to get imposed, and I'm 2 or 3 seconds behind. I'm like, what is going on? But that was a kink that I had to work out. But besides that, it is useful, but it's certain things.
You just gotta work around.
And it die fast. It do die fast. It do die fast. But if you're a content creator, that's mean you have a long day ahead of you, and you need something to last you a long time.
Well, that's where your power source. That's another thing I did buy. Power source, because with being a content creator, like you said, you have long days ahead and all your stuff need to be charged. So buying a power source so that you can always be charging those things so that you're not necessarily worried about, oh, it died, oh, this died, oh, I can't do it, or I gotta come back. If you have your power source, if it died, instantly charge it. And it's like a fast charging source. So it charged my phone in like 10 minutes.
So Tiera, you gotta definitely drop that link because I need that.
I'll drop the link.
Okay. So yeah, so I would recommend getting it, but just so you know, it's not gonna last all day and it's a little bit delayed, but get it.
But also highly recommend getting a power source. I initially bought it because we were going to a conference in New York, and I knew we were going to be out. We was going to be taking the subways. I was actually very scared to be taking the subways in the New York jungle streets. So I didn't want to make sure that I didn't ever not have my phone. So I bought the power source, and like I said, phone never died. None of my stuff ever died.
You're right, and it charged fast because I actually did use it at dinner.
You did, and it charged like in 5-10 minutes. Yeah. So I'll drop the link below.
All right, besties. I want you guys to drop down below. Tell us about your brand deal or your first sale that you made. We hope you enjoyed the video.
Also, let us know any tech things that you guys are using, because obviously we're growing. We're not perfect, and we want to share with y'all what we're doing, but also we would really appreciate if y'all could share with us. So drop y'all stuff below so we can shop y'all links or
Yes.
support y'all anyway.
So true, especially when it comes to this podcast. We're so new to this.
Yeah.
So if you have any recommendations of what you think we should get, drop it down below. Until next time.
Bye.